All right, let's write the cosine equation for this graph right here. And just generally, the cosine equation is y equals a cos b brackets x plus c plus d. And this part is in the cosine, and this b here is factored out. And as long as we know the a, b, c, and d, then we're done. And this is our graph. So the first thing to do, kind of step one, is to find the equilibrium spots. So this goes down to -2, goes all the way up to 4. So there's a difference of 6 here. See, -2, if you count up 6, you get to 4. So 3 is our middle line here. This is our middle line. And this would be 1. So there. Okay, and a cosine graph normally starts up, like this would be the normal spot of a cosine graph. So this, if this is pi over 2, this is 0 right here. So this is upside down of what a normal cosine is, because a cosine usually starts at a peak. When x is 0, then the cosine is usually at a peak for a normal cos x, like y equals cos x. But here it's flipped, it's upside down. So that means we have a negative here. That's a negative. And the amplitude is the height. So from the middle line. So this is the middle line, and the height up here, this is our amplitude. So a equals 3. So it's -3. -3 cos. And b is related to the period. So for the period is equal to 2 pi over b. And the period goes from trough to trough, or from crest to crest. And if we go from here, this is pi over 2 to 3 pi over 2. What's this difference here? How far is this? Well, this is 3 pi over 2. This is pi over 2. So, and this is pi. So it's going to be a pi difference. But if you don't know, we'll just take the difference. This one minus this one, 3 pi over 2 minus pi over 2. That's the difference between them, equals 2 pi over 2. See, they both have a common denominator. So you could write it as 3 pi minus pi over 2, all in one. And then just 3 minus 1 is 2. So 2, and then 2 over 2 cancel. So that's pi. So the period is pi. So I'm going to write it down here. Period is pi. Pi equals 2 pi over b. So b equals, if we multiply both sides by b, then we have b canceling here. And at the same time, we would divide both sides by pi. So that pi cancels here. Here we have a b. This is supposed to be a b here. And so we have b equals 2 times pi divided by pi. I'll write that down. 2 pi over pi. See that? This is a pi divided by pi. Well, that cancels. So that's just 2. So that's fun. So that's a 2 there. X. Now, c is the shift. Now, if we're assuming this is right at 0 here, then there is no shift because the peak or the trough is right at 0. So c is 0. So it's just x. So we could just write this as 2x because c is equal to 0 plus d, and the shift. So here's the middle line. The middle line is not right at 0, the x-axis. It's shifted up 1. So d is 1. So this is our equation right here in all its glory. Sweet. Cheers.